Hey everyone, welcome back. We're going to do a little what's sold here. We're going to cut it down to about 10 items, make it nice and even. And obviously we'll throw a little tip in the middle. This one's not so much a tip as it is more how I do it. And I'd just like to know how maybe you do it and tell me what you like or dislike about the way I do it. Now, to anybody out there that's watching this, maybe even somebody that has bought one of my items and they're looking at this and they're saying, "Oh well, you get it so cheap. Why are you selling it for so much?" Well, stay tuned for the breakdowns. It seems like a lot, but there's a lot of fees and a lot of subtractions that go into this. And in my mind, I think people understand this when they buy something. Time is money. I sit through an auction to get many of these items, and that's time that's spent. I have to load those items in my vehicle. I have to get them out of my vehicle. I have to stage them. I have to take pictures of them. I have to list them. And then I have to sell them. I have to package them. I have to take them to the post office or have them picked up. Time is money, and I think most buyers understand that. Obviously, if you could go get something yourself and you knew right where it was at, you'd go get it. But it's not that easy. That's why people pay for things. So let's go ahead and get into it. Time is money. I 100% believe that. I'm willing to pay up for something, and it's not paying up, it's just paying what the value of that is. You need to make $35, $40 an hour, and as a reseller, as a self-employed individual, you need to be making upwards of $50 to $60 an hour to pay for your benefits and your retirement plan. So like I said, time is money, and it's hard to make that kind of money. So if you're supporting family, single, you might be able to get away with a little less. So let's get to it. Check out this. This is a Heath kit. And what this does, it's for ham radio. Anytime you see anything for ham radio or you hear the word ham radio, you want to pick that stuff up, especially if you can get it for cheap. This thing was really corroded. The top of the box had fallen in on it, and it was just a disaster. But these things in better condition were going for over $100. Even this one that was messed up, not tested, I had no idea about it. $46.09. The buyer was all in, so we ended up clearing over $30 on this, and I already got positive feedback on that, so I was really happy about that. Ham radio, so a little bit over a CB ham radio. You want to keep your eye out for that kind of equipment. And you should know this, Brown. This was actually a very old piece of equipment here. This is Shure wireless receiver and mic. I had the SM58 microphone in there as well, and I maybe should have sold it separate, but I just packaged it up. Still got a pretty good value for this. $34.30. They were all in. Made $19.70. So I was not upset with that at all. Here is a lot of remotes. I bought a huge box of remotes. It came with some other stuff, so I mean, I maybe paid $1 for all these remotes. I took some remotes out, but then I just quit looking through them. There could be some very valuable remotes in there. I don't know. I just didn't want to deal with them anymore. So I sold them. I got $29.39. I made $16.60 for those remotes, and I am more than happy. But if you've got time, you can go through these remotes and list them, and you can make $3-4 a remote by selling them individually if they're the right remote. Some of them you can make $10-15. To me, it was just it became more of a hassle than I wanted to do. So if somebody had it and they like watch movies and post, that was for them. They got a bunch. I even threw in more because I had some without backs, and I just threw them all in. So if you saw my last video, that's how I kind of did the flat rate, the regional A and regional B shipping. So if you need to know about regional A and regional B shipping, go to my last video. Here's a foraging book, and it really isn't foraging, but I looked this book up, and the person before me had listed it as a foraging book. And obviously anything that's foraging or something like that you can kind of, those keywords, and I believe that keywords are gonna sell your product, and that word foraging may have sold this book. Maybe it was 1945, I don't know what it was, but I believe the keywords help, and it did sell for $13.19. The buyer was all in. I made $6.67, and books are cheap, so if you can get the right ones to sell, you can make money on books. I went ahead and threw this in. Video games, I do sell video games, so if you come across them, they're worth kind of looking at real quick. You know, PS4, and you kind of know the titles. I am not a supporter of this game, so I wouldn't recommend playing it or looking at it or anything like that. But PS4 and GTA, and it's with the map. So when it has the map and the manual, it is a much better deal. So we got it for $18.85. Ended up making $9.90 on this. Now I'm gonna show you guys how to pack up a golf club real quick. Pretty easy. You gotta order these mailing tubes. So you could get the longer ones. This is a medium one. If you need them longer, you just kind of cut this and just add it, keep extending, you know. So a lot of times on a driveway you need one a little bit longer. So, and actually what I'll do is I'll get a piece of bubble wrap that's long enough, and I just wrap it around it like this, and I'll show you that real quick. So hang in there. Just got to put the box together. Now usually you wouldn't have a golf club that had a wrapper on it already, but I do this anyway. Free box, you're not paying for the box. Comp out golf clubs. Comp out golf clubs, it's that easy, guys. Done. I sold these cups for $4.99. Vintage cups. So she left me a positive review, but then kind of stuck me with the, hey, the shipping was expensive. Well, this shipping was actually expensive to me as well. And I double boxed it. Like, I don't think sometimes they see, okay, I sold your cups for $5 for one. And then I had to double box it, use my bubble wrap, use my boxes. There's a lot of cost that goes into getting these things. I sat through the auction. I looked through all this glass. I found these. I posted them. So sometimes it's a little frustrating when I see stuff like that. But she got what she wanted. $22.59 cost me $12.32 to ship. And I am a top-rated seller, so I get really good discounts on my shipping. So it was expensive to me. So okay, it was expensive to her, but you know, what do you want? All right, on to the next one. Oh man, sometimes we just lose. I want to say this was with more stuff. I don't think I bought this just one thing for this amount of money. So, but I can't remember back this far. This thing has taken so long to sell. But guys, I'm gonna say I lost $19.50. I can't remember how I bought this. I bought this at an auction. I think it came with some more stuff, so I spent $25 on whatever it was I bought, and I can't remember, so I'm just gonna say this thing cost me $25. As you can see by the numbers, it didn't end well. Not all Cabbage Patch is good, even though this was a vintage Cabbage Patch still in the package. I mean, come on. Had to be worth something, didn't it? It was worth a negative $19.50 if my memory serves me correctly. So be careful, make sure you comp things out. I swear they've got a cell phone blocker. As soon as the auction starts, everything is blocked. So if you don't get there in time to kind of comp everything out, or you don't see everything, you just got to go with your gut. And my gut was wrong on that one. So be careful with Cabbage Patch. Make sure you comp them out. The Duncan Yo-Yos, I sold a glow-in-the-dark one last week. I had these two. They also sold. So I ended up getting, let me see if I can find those for you. The numbers will be on the screen, obviously. Got $10.59 all in. We made $4.82, but at $1 a piece, or I paid $1 for both of these. Easy list, easy sell. I'll make $5 on those. All right, up next are these phones. Usually you can get these phones for about $1 a piece. So buyer was all in for $23.54. And they cost me $5, so I did make $7.35. I'm okay with that. Come to find out, the guy only wanted a battery out of one, but he was willing to buy them all, so I'll take it. Last but not least, everybody probably knows about these, but Ray-Bans. If they are vintage Ray-Bans, for some reason people want them. These Ray-Bans were toast. The quarterback is toast. If you can see the silver part on the eyeglass up here, it was rusted. There was a chip in one of the lenses. They were kind of bent out a little bit, but I did have the case and the cloth, and they were in mint condition. So, but I started it on a bid at like $9.99 because I thought they were useless. Even the comps of some of these were not good, but you get the right. When you list these, find one of those comps that sold good, like this one, or I took this comp from somebody else. And guys, these things are money. So if you can pick them up no matter what kind of condition they are in. Buyer was all in for $87.50. We cleared $66.47. Like I said, I got them in. I bought two. I bought for $10. This one for $5 and the other one for $5. The other ones were actually a much better brand and in nicer condition, and they barely made their money back. So, but here we go, 66. So I will talk you through the final numbers. We sold 10 products. The buyers were all in for $302.57. That means each item out of these 10, we averaged a $30.26 sales price. That gives us $4.40 of average fees. They cost us an average of $6.69 to ship, and they cost us an average of $4.35, which left us with an average sale profit of $4.80. Now, obviously, we're going to take taxes out of that, but for the tax man at the end of the year, $14.80 per item is not half bad. I'll take that any day of the week if I can get that every time on 10 items. Guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my other videos. I got anthill casting videos. I've got how-tos. I've got reviews. And, of course, I've got a bunch of reselling. I've been really busy, so I've only been able to get out one video a week. I got lots of landscape and lots of, I own 6 acres, so it takes a lot of time to manage that 6 acres, and we're trying to get ready for goats. So, all right. Thank you.